Okay, Moran Rabotai Chaverai, Tuesday, Monday night shiur. Igeret Hateshuva from the Balatanya Kadosh. We left over last week, very fast review, the difference between mitzvot aseh and mitzvot lo taseh. Mitzvot aseh is mitzvot to do, and mitzvot lo taseh is not to do. Why? One is being mamshich, or one's bringing godliness down to this world, and one is a constant level of godliness that when we don't follow, or when we actually break, that's the mitzvot lo taseh, we're pushing away godliness. And the tshuva process for both of them is different. Actually, the tshuva process for both of them is the same, but the acceptance of the tshuva is a bit different. By mitzvot aseh, it's instantaneously. Why? Because whatever was lost can never be brought back. But by mitzvot lo taseh, not the fact that it was lost, the fact that you pushed it away, now there's a void. That void can only be filled in through Yom Kippur, because Yom Kippur is what? The day of Yud Gimel Midot HaRachamim. And the day of Yud Gimel Midot HaRachamim is actually Or Ha'ein Sof Be'etzem B'chvodo inside the world. And that's why both Sfaradim, Ashkenazim, Litaim, Hasidim, we're all white. Can you imagine? Can you imagine a Litvak wearing all white going to shul? But on Yom Kippur, he wears all white. It's amazing. It's a steer me'ubei inside the hanhaga of their life. Why do they do it? Because even their maida, that what? That the Oren so bad small bichvado is the one that rectifies everything to where it needs to be. So now we got up to the topic of what? Averot. Thank you. Can I please get some Coca-Cola? Or seltzer. Doesn't make a difference. Averot of karet. That in due time. You're getting me excited now. Averot of karet. More Rabotai. Averot of karet is another. Trust me, I'm ready. Averot of karet is another level. Averot of karet. Averot of karet is another category. What's karet? The sins of cutting off your soul. Which is what? If a man decides to sleep with his mother, Rahman Islam, with his sister, with the Eshid Ish.
What about an animal?
With an animal. With a man.
Man to man?
Man to man.
Woman to woman?
No. We'll talk about that in a different time. The Ben Ish Chai he's the only man, the Amr, that says there's a Isur in that. We're not going to get into the reasons why, but woman to woman is not even part of even the curriculum.
It's just the ways of Mitzrayim.
Why? Because woman to woman is an illusion that doesn't really exist. Why is it an illusion that doesn't exist? Because that doesn't produce anything. Anytime a woman says she has a tava for a woman, what is she actually saying? She has a tava for what? For doing nothing. For doing nothing. Why? It's impossible. Because what are they using? I'm sorry, we're talking this language. What are they using? They're using a mean of a what? Of a giver. So you don't have a type for a giver? It's not true. What's the taiva that's missing? The emotional part. It's like a guy. Why does a guy have this mean tava for another guy? Because he wants a roommate. He wants a best friend.
Oh, wait, is the person born like that? Or
we're going into a different topic, and just to answer you from the research I've done and stuff, there are people that are born like that. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. There are people that are born. Yeah. Why? I've heard from many other people that said that men that have this tava, is because they blemished in the last reincarnations. They're here to fix it.
What caused that blemish?
Them doing it willingly.
Okay. Doing what? Being with another man?
Correct.
So that means they had that before.
No, they did it without a tava. They did it out of curiosity. And now curiosity killed the cat, my Rabbi always told me.
Was that out of
Yeah, how are you curious? What's that to be curious about?
Okay, whatever Rabbi said, let me explain to you something. I want to explain to you the reality of life. The reality of life is as follows. Everyone is curious before they sin. Once they sin, they regret sinning.
So why do they continue?
They continue because there's a sense of what? Oneg, unfortunately. Oneg means pleasure.
How do you regret pleasure?
You don't regret it. You regret what?
Sin.
The sin. You don't regret the pleasure.
That's why the second.
Maraya, what's the proof? The second after you go sin, you regret it. Why? Because the pleasure's not there anymore.
Well, what if the person doesn't regret it?
Oh, that's a good question. If a person doesn't regret the fact that he did an Avirah, he has to ask himself, where in my Avodat Hashem am I going wrong?
The fact that he's sinning.
That's what you're saying. But he's saying, even when I sin, or if I after the sin, I don't really regret it. That means in his level, in his madriga, wherever he's getting to, he has a chisarn of what? Pnimiyut de'elokut.
Sensitivity.
He's losing the sensitivity of godliness in his actual life. Not because something's wrong with him, or because he's sick, or ksal, or mental, or so on and so forth. He numbed it out through his life throughout the years.
Which is the first time a person gets a skin fish.
It's like the first time a person sins with acknowledging that he knows that he sins. In any sin. Even if it's missing tefillin. If anyone ever missed tefillin, do you remember the first time you missed tefillin? Don't answer because I don't want to know who ever missed tefillin. It was a pain. Wow, I missed wearing tefillin. The second time, I missed it once. Okay, second time doesn't matter. Third time, you forget about it. Fourth time, who's already counting? Who's already counting? Rahman Islam. Why? Because you numb yourself. You numb yourself. A person has to make sure that he doesn't numb himself forever. Like, for example, the biggest test that most people have, and I have to say it out loud, is Isur Nida. When a man is not allowed to be with his wife, what's the Isur? I'm going to say it in a very riddled way because of age-wise. Every stroke is a Isur Karet.
No.
Not double. One. Maharaya, when a person is living with his spouse and she says, Kibalti.
What does that mean?
I got my Nida.
Meaning.
She's in Nida.
She's a Nida. While he's living with her.
That's crazy.
What does the halacha say? He has to wait until his mean dies.
He didn't come out?
He has to wait until his mean dies, and then he can. Why? He shouldn't have any sensation or pleasure.
That's crazy.
I don't want to know who is your Khatan teacher. Why? Because every stroke you're chayav a karet. Wow, what can pleasure do to you?
What do you mean? Even if you just...
Come out.
Shh.
Yeah, that's correct. For coming
Come
out. Really? Wow.
But everything is your...
I want to be fast on mitzvot. Zrizim u'makdim in the mitzvot. Whoa, the Torah says shvai. Don't tell me what zrizim is. Zrizim is what I interpret zrizim is, not what you interpret.
Is wasting seed correct?
According to the Sod, 101%.
What about it is correct though?
What about it? You are killing potential... One second. You're killing potential humans. 1 second. I didn't finish. That's not good enough for me. You're also feeding the Satan's wife something she can't get from the Satan, because the Satan is saris.
What saris?
Castrate. So you're becoming the kli, the object. It's basically being with a 2,000-year-old woman. Wow, you got game. You got good game.
What does she do with your seed?
She makes mazikim. She makes your kids. That's why the minhag of Yerushalayim, does a son go bury his father in minhag Yerushalayim? No. You want to know why? Because then the mazikim says, "What? I'm not his kid. I'm his kid. I want to bury my father. Not only do I want to bury him, I want to introduce myself to him. I want to introduce myself. What's going to be? Suddenly you go and suddenly, Hatkafat lev. You see everything, Rabbatai. I want you to know, it's like, when you die, do not think you're dead and it's finished. That's just the beginning. Your journey just started. Rabbi said, this is prerequisite. This world is the prerequisite of the world that actually counts. That's why, what's the most valuable thing for HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Time.
But he doesn't exist in time.
What? Well, we do. If we're gonna judge ourselves based on his things, then we're tamam, we're done. Time is, that's why what? Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam. Why? Even higher than Shpichut Tamim, Gilu Arayot, and Avodah Zarah. Why? Because if you're not learning, then for sure you're sinning. So the most important thing is what? Talmud Torah. Because time is an energy that forever exists. You have to fill in that void. It's your job. Oh wait, but he's already filling the void during the time. Can he fill in the void for you? Why? Because in your mind, in your framework, you're the only one that exists. Since you're the only one that exists, you're chaya for your own time. Can you imagine? Hashem requires us to be knowledgeable. Tell me another religion like that. By the Muslims, doesn't require you to be knowledgeable. It requires you to be a tuki, to remember the Quran. That's it. To be a parrot. That's it. That's all it requires you. It doesn't require you to know. It requires you to remember. Maharaya, majority of the Muslim world doesn't know what Muslim. They know their language. They don't know Islam. They don't know the language of Saudi Arabia. The Turks know Turkish. The Uzbeks knows Uzbek. The Tajik knows Tajik. The Yemeni is a different kind of dialect than the Saudi Arabian. It's different. That's why, how many Qurans are there? 13 Qurans. People don't know this. The language is different based on the dialect of the country. You telling me it's God made? Who you lying to? Elamai Torah Kedosha, we lived in the whole diaspora of the universe. Every single country we've lived in. If we got to America, we lived everywhere. Same language, same text, nothing changed. Everything is the same. Now let's get back to the Balatanya. That was not even an introduction. I don't even know where it came from. Everyone's getting excited. Isuri Karet. Don't worry, Rabbi said there's a tikkun for everything. Even Nida, Goyash, and the whole 9 yards. One day we'll do it over here. Don't be scared. Have no fear. Mashiach is here. We are on page 279. Avar al kritut. If someone sinned and went over the isur of karet, umitat beidin, or one of the 4 cardinal sins, which is sekila, serfa, hereg, v'chenek, stoning, stoning, burning, decapitation, and strangulation. Rabbi say, I'm going to explain to you what they are. Stoning means as follows. Why am I explaining this to you what it is? Because one day when we learn Kavanot of Kriyat Shema, you have to have this in mind. Stoning is you have to imagine yourself mamash in front of the Beit Din, 71 judges. Man is naked, a woman is not naked. A woman, her erva is closed. A man's is fully naked. They judge you. If you're chayav skila, they take you to a 2-story building or mountain. They throw you off. If you survive that, first of all, you get drunk first. They make sure you're intoxicated. Why? Because the point is not to feel pain. The point is that your soul leaves the body. They throw you off the 2-story building. If you're still alive, they throw small rocks at you. Not a boulder, small rocks, the Gemara says. And like this, you die. That's stoning. Serefa, burning. How do you get burnt? They don't throw you into a bonfire. This is not like Bomer for you. They take lead. Lead is a metal that melts very, very fast. They take lead, they sit you down, they open your mouth. They open your mouth. First of all, you get drunk. They open your mouth and they pour at least double of this, of hot lead down your throat, and you die within 10 seconds, you're dead. Because what happens automatically, your whole intestines start to burn. Rahman, it's not on anyone. Start to burn. Until it gets to your heart and lungs and you're dead. Hereg. Hereg is decapitation. They take a knife and they...
Less painful.
Yeah. And sikela means to get strangled. We don't believe in hanging the way the goyim, which is...
One of the Kohanim?
One second. You're getting excited. We don't believe in strangulation with a rope. We believe in strangulation with two men. That means the strangulation is really done. How? By cracking the person's neck. The person's standing, they're putting a rope around his head this way, they put a rope around his head this way, and you have two strong men and they pull. Tats! And the neck, not my neck, but someone else's neck, cracks and he's dead instantaneously.
Why does God need 4 ways of killing people?
God doesn't need 4 ways of people
Why
killing.
is it that
There's
such
4 ways of
Ah, you gotta go. Ah.
So like specific and so graphic and like...
That's a great question. Beautiful question. We're gonna get into
How could
it.
God come up with such like severe things?
If God didn't, then who would?
He's trying to say don't mess around with me, what?
Yeah, but like why do you have
No,
to come up
no,
with,
you
like,
just you're getting too excited. Yeah.
Why do you have to like come off like, oh my God, like a scare?
Let me ask you a question. If God wouldn't come up with it, with this, who would come up with it?
People.
No, impossible. God comes up with everything. To say people wouldn't, God wouldn't, you're a Christian, you're not Jewish.
But I also
Why the rabbi can't come up with both?
actual sin.
You're getting emotional, Rabbi Sai. Don't be emotional, be logical. No one has to
Why
be-
can the sages come up with it?
No, the sages don't come up with anything. It's a fallacy. Rabbi Sai, we're Jewish. God comes up and came up with everything that ever existed, that's existing, and that will ever exist. AI is not new, it's old in the eyes of God. That's first a fundamental you guys have to understand before we get into why. Before the why, the Gemara says that a Beit Din, a Jewish court that would do this 1 in 70 years, are considered what? Rotzchim, murderers. We were not for it. We don't have everyday scheduled decapitation. Call the executioner. He's on call. There was no man on call. Rabbi said, clean up on aisle 4. We didn't have that. To the point, the Gemara says, if one of these cases happened within 70 years, that Beit Din is considered what? That Beit Din means the Jewish court is considered what? Rotzeach, murderers. Because the point of Arba Mitot Beit Din was just there to give us a reason why not to do it.
Why should that be our reason? Why not? Why out of fear? That's my issue.
Because we're human.
No, everyone gets it. Same thing, do you fear your dad? Same concept.
You're getting excited again.
Have a point, no?
I love you. Yes and no, because a father is a bit different. I'm gonna break it down. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Your wife calls you.
Don't ask the question.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
I need a vent.
Nah, that's easy. That you just put on mute and you let it go.
Don't get me started right now.
It's being recorded, mind you.
Eliyahu. Okay, yes. I don't feel good.
Okay, Ed.
Okay.
What do you want me to do?
Can you get something for me? You're a grown woman. You need me to help you? Grow up.
You can sleep on the couch, and she says.
Okay. She lets that go. Eliyahu, next day. Yes. Not just Eliyahu, anybody. I don't feel good, okay. If you dare ignore me like you did yesterday, I promise you, not only will you sleep on the couch, you will be executed on the couch. What happens? I'm on my way. Click. I'm on my way. Click. Why does she have to use fear? Don't answer, I'll answer. Because until you're not ready to work on yourself, fear is the only alternative.
What if fear doesn't help?
It's not possible, bro.
Like, people get immune
1
to
second.
fear,
Shh,
but
shh,
some
shh,
people
shh.
are-
Wait, you guys, don't PDB me yet. Until a person himself is not going to say, him or she, doesn't make a difference. I'm willing to work on myself. Fear is the only alternative. So what am I trying to say?
Well, you don't do that to your wife, though.
Hi, you're
I mean,
funny.
unless you give me permission, though.
Chas v'chalila. No, your wife is your number one priority in your life today, tomorrow, and forever. And even after she dies, she's your priority.
So what's your point?
My point is, how come do we think that it's okay to do that? That goes to everybody, not him, me too as well. You wanna know why? Because we think we're better than them.
Should your wife fear you?
No, she should respect you. If you rule a house through fear, you're not ruling, you're controlling.
So why is God doing that?
He's not.
But you just said that we need fear.
So I'm gonna tell you what the difference is. When God does it, He doesn't do it to pain you. He does it to rectify you.
So I can say the same thing about my
Wait,
wife.
in Maharaya, He makes sure you're drunk and don't feel the pain.
So why 4 different types? Why not just slaughter and to make
Ah,
it easy like we animal?
I'll explain
like
to
an
you.
animal.
Now we're getting into Kabbalah. Now we're getting into Kabbalah.
Why
You
do we
ready?
slaughter an animal so it can be as easy as possible?
I'm telling you.
You pour
You're
lead
getting
down
too
my throat.
excited. You're getting too excited. I'll tell you why. Every single cardinal death has a gematria. Sekirat, Serfa, Hereg, V'chenek. Every gematria is corresponding to a different world, and why there are 4 specifically cardinal deaths. Each one corresponds to a different level of Atzilut, Bria, Yitzhak, Asiyah. The world you blemished in, that's the world you need to rectify. The only way sometimes you can rectify, because you did it willingly. When are you obligated these 4 carnal deaths? You know when? When you do it purposely after you get warned by 2 witnesses that tell you you're not allowed to do it. And you say, I don't care. Are you sure? Yes. Chayav mita. Not only do they tell you not allowed to do it, they have to tell you what is the sin, what is the punishment, and what is the rectification. If you yet don't have that Yirat Shamayim, you are not willing then to do your job. And God then needs to fix you His way.
How do you warn so many times? Why would someone do it?
That's another question. That's a great question, but that's a question on Avodah, which means what? The only reason why he would do it only after is because he really doesn't believe in Hashem, and then for sure he doesn't need to live.
I mean, sometimes people go through a stage where they're just like, screw it, whatever.
Those men that say screw it, it's because...
That's just a twofold. It's not really like them.
No. Those people that say, who cares? They would never do it if someone warns them. Maharaya, a person that's about to do shazal. The second he gets a text message on the same phone that he's watching something inappropriate, what happens on the spot? He can't do it. He can't do it. He's stuck! He's like, I just got a text message. You know how many times people tell me, Rebbe, you called me in the right perfect time. I said, what happened? You don't want to know, I'll tell you tomorrow. What happened? He was in the middle of doing what? Rotzeach. He was in the middle of murdering. Not 1, but millions. Do you understand? Do you understand the cheshbon behind the cheshbon? You don't want to sin. Your neshama doesn't want to sin, and you can't sin. To the point we can count how many cardinal deaths there was in Judaism with our hands. With our hands.
First we see carnal death.
Whoa.
It's a level of karet. But there's shuva.
So you're trying to say if someone wastes seed in front of 2 people,
No, not
that's
that.
you said 2 people, they warn him, don't do it.
There's karet and there's arba mitot beidin. First off, he does it in front of 2 people, he's mentally ill. He's going to a psych ward. The guy is sick in the head, and whatever the case. What I'm talking about right now, what? What am I talking about right now? Arba mitot beidin. Let's get to karet. Karet's a different tangent. Karet's a different tangent. What's karet? Karet is when you do certain sins that your soul needs to get cut off. What does that mean, your soul needs to get cut off? it needs such a rectification that you need to give a part of yourself as a mayim achronim. Whatever that means, however that means, I don't want to get into the details. Let's just say there needs to be such a level of rectification that it can't happen through humans, it has to happen through what we call domem, tzomeach, and chai. Inanimate objects, greens and vegetables and vegetation as we call it, and animals. The soul of Yoshka is 500 years in a rock. I'm sorry, 5,000 years in a rock. You know what it is to be in a rock? You know how many things you see?
So what is that? Tomei? Or what is that?
That's domem. You know what it
Why is
is?
it important for us to know this?
Huh? Inside, go speak loud.
Inside the, what do you call it?
That's a different part of the neshama. But your neshama is very breakable and portable. It could be, and it most probably is, that all of our neshamot are intertwined. They're all
Why is it
intertwined.
important for me to know that?
Because that's why it means Kol Yisrael Aravim Zelazeh.
What does that mean in English?
Every single Jew is connected with one another. That's why when you sin or when I sin, you get affected.
So if someone driving on Shabbat, how in the world does that affect me?
Because his soul and your soul are connected.
But I don't feel anything.
Yeah, we have a crazy analogy.
1 second. Okay, say your analogy.
I also
Can I turn the camera to you?
No.
Johnny.
I also had that question.
They should know money and Torah together is good. No, okay, fine. Then for sure, now he doesn't want to even talk. Go.
No, I asked that same question to my rabbi, like, how if a Jew sins in, like, let's say Ethiopia, if they even have Jews there, you know, and it affects me. And he said that, like, let's say somebody, God forbid, stabs you, right? And he stabs you in the heart. All of a sudden, God forbid, obviously, but all of a sudden, it's not just the heart that stops. The limbs, the other organs, the liver, the brain. So in that way, it's like every Jew's connected, you know? It's not just one everywhere.
Correct. You're giving a nimshal. He wants to know the mashal. The mashal is as follows. Let's be open. We do things together, right? I go to the store.
Can you explain what kind of things you do? You got the wrong.
Work and organizations, kiruv, helping the world, right? We have a business account. Tomorrow I go and I start swiping. Or you start swiping. What's gonna happen? Am I gonna get affected?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get affected? Why? I'm
Get
swiping.
the bowl that
right?
makes a hole in the seat.
I hit home, right? Straight in the Beit team, right? Why? Because we're all connected. You know when we don't feel connected? When our Ahavat Yisrael is not 100%.
What does that mean?
Is that regardless if your partner's not
If
part of
our Ahavat Yisrael, if our unconditional love to every single human being is not 100%, that's when you feel that way. And that's exactly why the greatest Ahavat Yisrael is really to who? To your spouse.
Can you explain in English, Rabbi?
Get ready. That's for both of you. You guys got married.
The greatest what?
The greatest Ahavat Yisrael you need to have is really to who? To your spouse. What's our problem when we get married? We assume that she should understand who we are, what we are, and how we feel. Mistake. Not only doesn't she understand, not only doesn't he understand, lahefech, everything you thought you understand is counterintuitive.
What about common sense?
There is no common
Doesn't
sense in
apply?
marriage.
I thought there's no common sense when you marry.
The fact that you got married is the proof that you don't understand what common sense is. Because it makes more sense. It makes more sense to get someone to do your needs, to hire a cleaning lady to clean your house, and to go to the restaurant to get your food, than what? To get married and deal with the headache.
100%.
So why do we do it? Why do we do it? For one reason and one reason only. Because she's the only way you're going to get to connect to Hashem properly. Because if not for her making you break your midot, you would still stay the same ishak that you were born into.
So you only get married to your wife to work on your midot?
Yes.
What about
Yeah,
children?
but single people can also work on it.
What about
No, they
children?
can't. You're funny. Ashrecha. You can learn all the Musar Seifers in the world and all the Torah and Taryag and the Gemara and everything that was ever written by any Talmid Chacham and all the books of Buddha and Hindu and Quran and Christianity. But once you have your wife that's going to give you Tochacha, everything you just learned, you can flush in it. Rebuke. You can take it and flush it in the toilet.
But why specifically with the wife, not like, let's say a friend or like a parent?
Because she hits home.
Because under your skin.
She hits home.
Your soul's not connected with your parents.
She hits home. But you know what? The second you learn how to be an Odam, she is the greatest creation for you. The second you learn how to control, how to meditate, how to communicate, how to actually put her needs before your needs, how to make everything about the other, not about yourself, you will be living a pure, subservient, greatest life. You want to know why? Because you were created to give, not to take. And the more you ask to take and not to give, the more you are in the wrong body.
Is it wrong to take, Rabbi?
100% for a man.
Why?
Take from who? From
Sometimes
your wife?
let's say you give a gift. Don't you want a nice appreciation? Nice
Wrong.
thank you.
Wrong. Then you're not doing it for giving them a gift. You're doing it for their
Do
appreciation.
half.
No, can you be half pregnant? I'm half pregnant. Today I'm pregnant. Tomorrow I'm not pregnant. Today I'm pregnant. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a caveman. I understand it. I understand it. But you have to break the midah to do it. What? That's called L'Shem Shamayim. That's called L'Shem Shamayim. I'm doing it straight to be a subservient to God.
Yeah, but us men, we like appreciation, you know? We want
We like acknowledgement. We like pat in the back. Молодец, мой сладкий.
My charosh, my slat, my koshka. That the whole 9 yards, right?
Koshka, I don't know about that.
Right? Okay, to my sabak. No, I'm just joking. Right? You know whose appreciation you need in your life? That's it. You know how he gives you appreciation? He gave you what you asked for. Now deal with it. Did you ask to get married? You asked, right? Why are you complaining?
No, but it's a mitzvah.
Shh. Did he ask you to get married? Did you have a choice to get married? Did you decide to get married? It's your fault then.
No, don't like with Rabbi. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Shachmat, bro.
You gotta deal with it. It's a full package.
That doesn't mean she's bad. This is a wrong ideology. This is not Judaism. She's perfect in her essence. Does she have things that she needs to work on too? Yes, I'm not oblivion to reality. Like Rabbi said, she's not from heaven saying, hi everybody.
How could someone that's messed up teach me something?
Because her mess up.
Like you're saying she has what to work on, right?
How many minutes?
It's like a rabbi that's
Half
on
an
that
hour?
trying to teach me Torah.
10 minutes? 20
How
minutes?
many minutes are on the clock over there?
I'll explain to you.
Can you pour everybody, please?
Yes, we're in the middle of recording. If you can privately do it, it'll be good.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you.
You hear the question?
Yes, I'm gonna answer you. I'm
Hashem
gonna
said to a
answer.
man to get married.
Shh, I'm gonna explain. No, he's asking something deeper now. Yes, pour me some arak. I'll explain to you. You ready? We have an open bottle. We have an open bottle.
Like, we open all the bottles, we'll finish all the
I'm
bottles.
sorry, Rabbi, it's too much food. Everybody has to be drinking now.
Open
You
appetite.
gotta finish it.
Appetitos
You
a
gotta
cross.
finish
You need
it.
to have the
know
base.
how I am. I'm gonna feed everybody.
Vice, there's a lot of food. Vice. Now this is not like this is not takeout food. This is homemade, cooked, good.
Kaile check.
Like even better. This
Not
is
only kalacha, another stuff.
There's no taking home.
no. There's take home only in here. Ishkam. Rabbi say focus here. Rabbi say. How can someone that's unperfect rectify somebody else? You ready to hear this? You ready to hear this? This is gonna blow your mind. Hashem gave me this yata d'shmaya this moment. Just this moment. Can a perfect person ever? Listen to this. You're not listening. If you're not listening, you lose out for the rest of your life. Can a perfect person ever rectify anyone? Shh.
Tough question.
If someone's perfect, can he ever rectify anyone?
Wait, what?
No, why? Because he sees everything as what? Perfect. Regardless if you're right or wrong, he sees the way you are as perfect. So you need someone that's unperfect to make you perfect.
You play it to God?
I'm talking about husband and wife now. What was your question?
My question was
No. Shh. Your question is, how can someone that's unperfect, you're calling to the opposite gender, which is your wife, hopefully, or your spouse. How can that person, which is unperfect, be the one that's going to make you perfect? And the answer is, the fact that she's unperfect, she can make you perfect. Because if she would be perfect, you would still stay the same garbage as you are, not you, but whoever it is.
How?
Why? Because you would never need to work on anything. She'll just accept
Wait,
all the
if
garbage.
she's perfect, that means she knows everything what has to be done.
No! You're not listening. She accepts everything that's done.
I'm not understanding.
How about women
Again.
that are, accept them, their husbands the way they are?
I have a wife. I don't have a wife.
He's trying to say if you have a wife that's obedient, she doesn't let you grow. He's trying to say if she said, okay, she doesn't give you an opportunity to grow. She agrees with everything you do, and you'll never grow.
No, that's not what he's asking. He's
That's
saying,
not what I'm
saying he's being an Iber Chacham. What's his Iber Chacham? Isn't her job to be subservient?
How could she have a job if she herself has to work?
Correct. So I'm explaining to you the fact that you're unperfect and she's unperfect. That's where perfect comes from.
So that applies to me too?
She's making
Two
you
negatives make a positive.
Meaning that applies to me.
If I'm, let's say, a person that doesn't get angry, right?
Okay.
And your job is to get me angry. Am I ever gonna get angry?
Yes.
I'll never get angry. If I'm a person that doesn't get angry, and his job is to get me angry, is he gonna get me angry? No. If I'm perfect in essence, I'm not. But let's say I was. Go ahead. And he comes. His job is to get to me to another level. Is anything gonna happen to me? So what do I need? I need to be myself what? Not perfect. In order for him to get to perfectness. You know why? You know where the problem is? You know where the problem is? It's she that's trying to make me perfect.
Oh, so it's the who?
It's the ego that doesn't allow you to accept that it's your spouse that's doing it to you. That's where the rectification comes into place. To the point, it's going to be scary right now what I'm about to tell you, that regardless if she works on herself or not, as long as you are, she's going to be perfect in your eyes.
One more time, what?
That's something I don't want to say
I didn't
because
hear what you said.
people are going to take it totally in a different
As long
divide.
as I'm what?
As long as you're working on yourself and becoming perfect, regardless if she stays in the same level, she'll be perfect to you. You want to know why? Because in your eyes, now she's perfect because you're becoming perfect. And that's why women that are perfect, that can tolerate, the husbands never change. Because in their mind, what? My wife never says anything. I'm out until 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm smoking weed. I'm cheating. I'm doing everything. She's Ishet Chayal. I come home, food, cook, everything nice. You know when he changes? You know when he changes? When he has kids. And the kids say, "You're a father?
Yeah.
You're a dog." I never heard that from my wife. I have to hear it from my son or my daughter. He got the first criticism. But when a man is young and a woman is young, that's why this generation we have the problems. Shalom bayit all the time. Because God already wants us to rectify ourselves. It's not a negative, it's a positive. We're so stupid. The more you run away, the harder it will get. Remember, you have to understand, the sooner you take your steps into this challenge, the greater and longer, happier life you will live. Because we're all created unperfect. And we're waiting for that other person to make us perfect. See how I just screw your brain? Haha, it's my job, I love it. You know why I love it? Because I've experienced it. I live it. I'm happy.
So how should a woman be submissive to her husband?
She doesn't, you're not, again about the woman, again, you're not getting at the low koled le'inyan. I'm saying drive on D5, you're driving on D3.
Get the program.
Rabbi Sai, rectification depends on who? You. She's there to do what?
So once I change, automatically she changes?
Once you change, you don't see flaws in her. As the Baal Shem Tov says, you only see flaws in people because you yourself have that flaw.
So then according
Because if not, you would never realize she had the flaw.
So you're trying to say if you see anger issue
Maybe
with your
we're
wife,
over-
really
Yeah, exactly. If you're a wife, does that mean over?
You didn't chop what I said, he chopped. I'm going to say it again. The Baal Shem Tov says as follows. You know the quote, it takes one to know one? That's basically the Baal Shem Tov's quote. If you can realize there's a flaw, that means the flaw is in you.
What do you mean, like the same flaw or different types of flaw?
You're worried about the same flaw, Devane. I'm talking about a flaw in general. Jonam,
So if she gets angry every 2
let's say you say she's lazy.
and you're saying you have angry.
Let's say she says she's lazy. You say she's lazy, Magu. You know why?
Why?
Because you're lazy too. Because if you would be shushta, you wouldn't even realize that she's lazy because you're middle doing everything.
Because you're shushta.
No, because it's already your nature to take care of everything. You're wrong.
I always like a dog. Why do I need to do anything?
No, you're asking a different question now.
Somebody's good at basketball.
Again, back. Let's rewind. You're asking an emotional question. They're asking a psychological question. No, you're asking why do I need to be? I'm not saying you need to be. You don't need to do anything. You can live miserable and you can still live. If you take initiative, does someone else need to take initiative? That's basically what I'm saying. If someone takes initiative of something, does someone else need to take initiative?
No.
Why? Because someone's already taken care of.
Exactly.
Wait, of it. Now,
marriage a partnership?
correct. But wait, you're not listening. It's not a shlug. It's vapshe not a shlug. Because for him, partnership means what? Role playing. I'm saying
knowing your role.
Yeah, she has her role and I have mine.
wrong.
Exactly.
Partnership means what? If I'm a partner with you, right? If you can't get something done, and if that's your responsibility, do I have to step into the game?
Yes.
True.
That's a partnership.
But if she's not doing
L'chaim.
anything,
No. She's not required to do anything. Did you ever read the ketubah? Did you ever read it? What does it say on the ketubah? Stop. Feed her. Clothe her.
put a house over her head,
What else?
and support all her needs.
Does it say what she has to do?
Whatever she wants.
No. Because it's a
You want to know why?
it's a star for
No. You want to know why? Because you have to do everything.
I have to cook
So
food.
then why does a guy need a wife?
If the man is
I'm going to answer you. Correct. Nothing. Zero. You don't want to know why?
She's doing me a favor to get married?
Yes. You want to know why?
She's a perfect. You're in
You want to know why? You ready to hear? You ready to hear? This is gonna be the icebreaker. You ready? She's only here in existence to make you 100%. And if that would be on the ketubah, you would never get married. Why? Because in your mind, you think you're already 100%.
Egos.
And once you're married, you realize you're not even 1%.
So the woman's perfect.
No.
Yeah, but at least
But for you, yes.
But when you say it like that, it makes it seem the woman's perfect.
No. I say, I heard the ego. When I say it like that, I heard the ego.
admit.
That's what it is.
No, you just.
I heard the inner ego. I heard the inner baby that says, "Oh my God, I'm a man. She's supposed to cook and clean and wash and do it, and I'm supposed to come home like a chassid, sit on the couch and say, do what you gotta do."
So why does the woman want a man? Why does the woman want a man that's taller than her, richer than her, smarter than her, stronger than her? Why?
Exactly the point. So you should lead.
Stereotype.
So you should
So if
lead.
I'm leading and someone's
If
fixing
you're
me, how
complaining,
can I
you're
lead?
not leading. You're controlling. Two different things.
How can I lead if someone's fixing me? Then I'm not a leader. She's a leader.
So I'm gonna answer you.
According to you, she's a
Absolutely
leader.
not. No, it's
According to
not.
me, I should put
Explain
on
to
the
you.
skirt and put on the apron.
Oh!
You're already doing it without knowing that you're doing it. That's the difference. I'll explain to you. And let me explain to you. What is a leader?
Knows how to delegate. Someone-
Get ready. You
Someone
think
knows-
he's slugged. He didn't even start slugging.
Someone who knows how to delegate.
No. Someone that puts his needs last. That's a leader. If you put your needs first, you're not a leader.
Or if you do that, then your wife takes
Second
advantage.
answer.
You're a dictator. If you're a dictator, you're not a leader.
What you heard what he
Leaders put their needs last. Why?
Listen to the
Because everyone else is more important than you. And that's how you get respect. You want respect. I know what you want. We're all men. We want it. You know how you get it? Putting their needs first.
Or if they take advantage from it.
You're not listening. You're still thinking about the sickness, not about the diagnostic. You're not there yet. You're not. I feel Colette. I'm in New York. You're still in California, Habibi. Get into the program. A leader leads. Moshe Rabbeinu, what did he say? Mim asli mi ha'amazeh. I can't handle these people. I can't. You know why he said that? Because he put them first. If he would put himself first, would he ever say that? Why? Because then he would be Papa. When he died, not the whole Klal Yisrael mourned him.
So is a husband allowed to say that about his wife?
1 second.
Where do you draw the line?
1 second.
There's no line according to
No, for-
according to what he's saying. There's no line.
The balance is one thing. One thing the Torah says. There's one thing that's the balance. You ready to hear it?
Yeah.
Cheating.
What?
Cheating.
That's the line.
That's the
only
line.
thing.
On her.
On her behalf.
Oh.
Watch yourself. I'll cut it off and I'll sew it on your forehead. I promise you, I'll do it. Don't start with me. I'll cut it off. Watch yourself. The only, I'm gonna hear you. 1 second. The only line the Torah gives you permission is one thing. Is one thing. Cheating. Everything else is an avoda pnimi. It's a self-work. Everything else is I didn't even get to that. Balatani will get to you next week on Monday, on Thursday. Wednesday, I'm sorry, I'm already in a different world. Right?
You already took up sin.
Rabbi Isai. Understand? What was your question?
So I was going to say that based off the whole thing you talked about today, and how the man should be, but you forgot to ask if the woman is a proper woman to respect that, because some women might see, he's soft, so I'm gonna go and cheat on him because there's no manliness in this house.
Emet.
He's just shishtorka.
I never said to be a trapka.
But that's
No, it's not. No, it's not. In my no, wait, I never said that.
She's gonna sit in your head.
Wait.
She's gonna sit in you.
Wait. Wrong. Absolutely not. Shtiyot. You guys. No. How can I?
Where were you an hour ago, man?
Okay, so let me explain something to you. Rabbi Isai. Leading means taking control but putting other needs before yours. The reason why she decides to sit on your head because your leading is not putting her needs first. When a person knows that their needs are getting dealt with, they don't take initiative on their own. The problem is when she takes initiative on her own. That means what? She doesn't trust you. You're incapable, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Leading, true leadership is making sure that the needs are getting taken care of.
You can never satisfy that.
Never happy, Rabbi. There's always
Why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Because then you would kill yourself if she's not going to ask you for things. Because as a man, if you don't give, it's rather you die.
Be happy with what you
No. They're happy. It might be short spanned. They're happy. But a person has to know how to initiate and achieve, and each couple and each husband and each wife is different. But you can't say they're not happy. Are they animals? They're happy. But you have to know how to. You have to know how to deal and how to take and how to go. What are you nodding? The one that's not married, go ahead. The one that doesn't know anything about life yet.
Lose. You can't win.
No, he has experience.
If you give a gift to your wife every single month for the first year of marriage, that last month if you don't give a gift, you're the worst husband.
serious question. Can I ask a serious question?
An actual manly question.
He's actually married.
So
He's married?
Yeah.
So
He's
check
also-
this out.
Go.
So you know how women like to talk between each other like friends, right?
That's another. We're going into a different tangent. And Baruch
so
Hashem.
if you that man, right, and you do all these things, and you're the leader, like you say, right, and your wife talks to her friend, and she says, "Oh, my husband's so great. How old is that?" Right? But now that girl's husband is not like that, and she wants that. But now, isn't that a sin? Because now
No.
you're gonna get shalom by
Absolutely
So
not.
you shouldn't mention anything. Go get after
But good luck saying that to your wife.
No. It's not.
They gossip all
It's not
day
a
long,
sin. It's not a sin. But you have to reach a point. Get ready what I'm about to tell you. It's very dangerous, but it's the healthiest relationship. You have to reach a point that your wife's friend circle is you and her only.
Is you what?
You and her only.
Good luck.
What are you gonna say? Your wife doesn't have friends?
What's the secret?
No, like acquaintances, not like
You didn't even process what he said.
You're not even hopping what I'm telling you.
What does that even mean?
She should feel she's so in sync in her own skin, in her own marriage, that
That's it.
her relationship doesn't need anyone else to be there.
So how do you do this?
You're saying it as a negative. I'm saying it. Her only existence of wanting to have a friend is her spouse.
Okay, but girl.
But you go to work, she's gonna
Click
leave
that and
you.
send it to your wife.
You're not understanding. She already reached that level and point in her life that everyone else is just toxic for her.
Meaning she doesn't need it?
And also him too, guys. In that,
Bro, English.
he's married for a little while. Rabbi Sai, you don't understand. You don't understand. Let me explain something to you. I'm not telling you this. This is a very lofty idea and concept. But if you can achieve this, you will be the most happiest Meushar man that ever lived this earth. To the point that Adam Rishon is going to say, "How did you get such a wife?" If you achieve that your wife's needs physically, emotionally is only dependent on you, that she doesn't care about anyone else.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
By doing all the things.
You hear what I just told you? It's not that she doesn't have a friend group. She has a friend group. But does a queen bee need to ask advice from the other bees? Yes or no?
No.
That's my point. That's exactly my point. She can have a friend group. She can chit chat. She can talk. She can do the whole 9 yards. But the only advice that and the only opinion that matters is who? Is the husband and the wives.
But what does it come to? Has to come down with
You didn't digest it. You're asking a question.
Steak didn't sizzle yet.
Digest it. Let the meat sink in. Sink it in. I want you to hear it again. You're not hearing. The only way you can get there, is by one way, putting her needs first. Because why does she run to the friends? Do you know why? Because she's trying to get comfort for something that she's not getting from her man. Rabbi Sai, you're not getting it. You're not even in the same page. I'm flying rocket ships. You're still driving toy cars. You're not being a man. You need to make sure that you fulfill those needs. Physically, emotionally. And you know what? It can be so draining. But congratulations. Because after 5, 10, 15 years, you're living, you know what it means? A me'ushar life is such a beautiful, such a directed, such a fulfilling, calm life that you can walk on the street and you and her are just like flirting. You're like acting like you're back dating. To the point that people say, you're not ashamed? Like, ashamed of what, you douche? What am I supposed to be ashamed of? I built this relationship. I got to this point that I can act like we're flirting back again. But you're 40 years old, you shouldn't be doing that. Well, then what should I be doing? Tell me, what should I be doing at 40? I should be fighting? I should be wanting to rip her head? No, I should be flirting. I should be enjoying. I should be in sync with my wife. I should be infatuated with her and she should do the opposite to me. But that doesn't happen overnight. That happens once rectification is there.
Well, that's why you get married, because whatever you just said, all of that. You want to go come home to a party. You want to like have like a lineage, your kids, like you know.
Lineage again. We had that topic already. Go.
No, I'm saying like you want a family, kids. You know, like see the simcha, and, like what you create. Like that's what you get married. Not like because I want to work with myself. Nobody gets married.
Correct. That's exactly why I said it's not written in the
Ketubah.
Ketubah. Because if that would be written in the Ketubah, what would you say? What would you say? I don't need this dardi sad. Headache. I left my mom's house to get married to another mom. I need this devil, I need this crazy psychotic lady. She's now gonna tell me, did you eat? Did you do this? Change your socks? Go to the shower? Do this? Can you clean? I need your help. I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm lazy. Blah, 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 blah. I need this. What do I need this for? Yes, you do. You wanna know why? That's gonna make you perfect. That's why you're men. That's why you have a third leg. To help you walk in hard times.
That's a good one, Rowan.
Just for the crowd.
Yeah, you definitely should clip that.
That's why. Because when it gets tough, you know how to run. Rabbi Sai, I don't want to brag, but I'm telling you this out of experience. I'm telling this out of experience. If a person just preaches because he preaches without knowing the back end, he's a douche. I'm telling you this out of experience. You want a good life? Take the hard hits. Accept the hard hits. Work on yourself. Work together. Build foundations. Grow together. And you will see you'll have not just a fabulous life. Terrific. To the point that people will start questioning their whole existence just by looking at you. To the point when your spouse talks about your marriage, they'll think that you guys are still in first grade. I think that's the greatest blessing. The greatest blessing is that you can walk and you're 40 and 50 on the street and you're still flirting and you're still handsy and you're still lovey and you're still talking and looking at each other. She's half wrinkly, she's half bold, she's half dying, but you know what you still see in her? That same child that you remembered her as. But you will never, ever in your life get there if everything on your head is based on negativity and not positivity. Any questions?
Yeah, Rabbi.
Go ahead, Jonah.
If they go to their friends, it's not just because.
L'chaim, first of all. L'chaim, Rabbi.
They're going to their friends. They're not just going to their. They're not just going to their friends because they want to fill in a void. They have a social circle. You understand? So let's say they go.
So how did I answer that already?
Let's say, yeah, you said that with time, eventually. But my question's like this: eventually, what they're also getting, their friends can cause friction. If you're giving an ideal life.
Wait. Why do they cause friction?
They're jealous.
Because she knows that her man's opinion is not the only opinion.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I just told
I
you?
heard what you said.
That's the answer.
So you want to tell me that a woman's
How do you change
uninfluenceable once her man's opinion is the only opinion?
1 second. How do you change that?
Yeah.
Making sure her needs are fulfilled by you, by nobody else.
And what if you do?
If you think you do, and it's not, she's telling you it's not.
What if you give her so much freedom? She doesn't
It's not freedom! This is our mistake! It's not freedom that they want. They want attention. They want attention. They want love. And they want security. Not freedom. Freedom is the illusion of the 21st century. Now, attention doesn't... I'm not telling you have to have her on a chain by your bed and say, stand up, sit down, lie down, wake up. That's not what I'm talking about. Freedom, in a Jewish perspective, means being responsible. If she wants hefkerut, she belongs to the... That's my answer. Do you understand? Hefkerut means I want to do what I want to do. You didn't get married and sign up for this to play the guitar and say, I'm all alone and I'm married. That's not the point of marriage. Do you understand the difference, Rabbi Sai? So your question is, and my wife has a social circle. She has a big social circle. Now she's part of here. She's going to have a 10 times social circle. But you know what she tells me? No one's opinion matters. Because they're not in my shoes.
It takes years to get there.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Stop! If you know you make an investment today, and in 15 years from now, you're going to be very wealthy, are you willing to take that investment?
Of course.
So then why are you complaining?
I'm not complaining. I'm just
So that's
saying,
it!
You have to add that in there. There's a little
1 second, it's
asterisk.
still recording. Huh?
There's a little asterisk in what you're saying.
You're not listening. You're not listening. This mentality of I want everything to be done quick, this quick mentality is a bad mentality. You want to know why? You ready to hear why? You ready? I won't invest now because I think I might have something better and I lose on the opportunity later. Or I invest now, I know down the line something good will come out of it, and throughout my journey I'll work as hard as I can to still make it work out. Which one is a winner?
Second one.
So then why are you complaining to me about your nonsense?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, I think why you're having so much backlash with what you're saying.
I'm not having you know why I'm having backlash? Because we have a mentality of called communist Russia and half Uzbek mentality.
It worked for
The
so many
mentality
years.
is what? I will kill my wife, I will drown my wife, I will abuse my wife as long as I feel like I'm the king. And I'm telling you, you're not a king. You're a loser.
So how did it work
You want to
for
know
so many
why? Because the second your wife has the opportunity, she'll spend all your money. The second your kids have an opportunity, they'll run away from you. The second your kids decide to do what they want, they'll do it. And what are you going to be left with? All by myself.
So Rabbi, it's a good question. So why did the whole communist Russia mentality, Uzbek mentality work for so many years?
Now we live in America.
Because if all of us come out with guns, if today America says no more women's rights, yeah, it's going to work too. It needs to be a societal thing.
100%.
That's it, that's my answer.
But you're saying the mentality doesn't work. Not
Correct.
the action.
It doesn't apply
It
here
doesn't-
in this
it doesn't-
country.
it doesn't work
apply in
anymore.
America.
Food is getting cold.
The food is ready? I'm out.
Yeah,
it's
food is ready.
Food is ready?
Coming out.
Food is ready.
Okay, I want to finish with one thing.
1 second.
Go ahead. Okay.
If I will agree.
Oh no, we don't have that. Okay, one question.
1 second. I got a new one.
Is the mikvah good for kalim? We have a mikvah here. Put it in the kalim. Is it what kind of material? Oh, pottery? Ceramic.
One-time use is fine. One-time use is fine.
It is, but if you have a mikvah right here,
He doesn't allow it.
he allows it. For this instance, he'll allow.
No, I could do it myself, but it's not glass, right?
No.
Pottery.
Pottery, cheres. Go give it to him. Bring it to him. The mikvah follows me. Mikvah, I don't know. I have mikvah in my house, mikvah in the Beit Knesset. But I wanted to finish with one thing. Rabbi Tzai. I want to finish with this. Okay, L'chaim.
You want to make a l'chaim?
L'chaim, l'chaim, oy l'chaim, l'chaim, oy l'chaim, l'chaim, l'chavavavayim. See a different perspective in life?
Also got the lot today.
Guys, I'm very happy to see you guys. Thank you so much.
I gotta process that.
And Genetic, I'm very excited to try
Don't
this
get
out.
excited.
Rabbi, should we get up and watch?
And babe, we should watch. What's the school for today?
Rabbi, what is the school tonight?
Wait, Rabbi said, I want to finish. I didn't finish the Divrei Torah. Then we'll talk about the school. I'm going to turn off the camera. Rabbi said, it's very, 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 very simple. You ready to hear? Our mentality, our way of life, Hashem put us in America for one reason and one reason only. One reason only. To be able to understand that men and women are equal. Rabbi said, I'm not a feminist. I'm not the feminist as you think. Men and women are equal.
Rabbi.
If a woman
Ki or hachama. What does the Torah say? One day the light of the moon will shine like the light of the sun. I'm not saying our roles are the same. I'm saying the opinions in the house will be considered the same. That means if she complains and says, I need help, you're not going to say you're secondary. And when you say, I'm very tight, I need this, I need that, she's not going to say, it's your responsibility. That's what I mean. That the view of life should be in a sense of, the same way you have a responsibility, I have a responsibility. And only once we understand that will we have a fabulous marriage. Take it from a person that really worked on his life. I still have a lot to work on, to the point that me and my wife should become angels. But nevertheless, we're on the right track. I'm not telling you things because I heard and I read in psychology books. I'm telling you things that I actually lived. I lived it. Lived. You know what means mama's live? I lived it. Have a good night.
Watch. Guys, everyone please watch.